Christmas seems to be about inconvenience. No, I'm not talking about trying to arrange to hit all of your parents and your in-laws and your grandparents' houses over a short Christmas break, should that thing actually exist in 2020 or in prior years. I'm not even talking about running out of nutmeg or being able to find the latest game platform for your child that you think is finally going to make him or her a grateful person for the rest of their life. But in its root, the Christmas story is a lot about inconvenience. When a massive inconvenience with events seems to contradict what is surely God's plan for my life. God's plan and our inconvenience sometimes awkwardly, surprisingly work together. In Luke chapter 2, very famous passage, I want to read this, and let's reflect on the inconvenience. In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration when Quirinius was governor of Syria. And all went to be registered, each to his own town. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth, to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. And while they were there, the time came for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling cloths, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn. So, massive inconvenience when the government says we're going to have a census, and everybody has to uproot their lives from where they are currently and return to their hometown, their tribal hometown. Mary is pregnant. Joseph has to take her there, leaving his job. She is great with child, and she gives birth to her firstborn son, and they have to do that in a manger because of the inconvenience of there being no room at all within the inn. And that would seem like it's contradicting God's plan. Because what did Mary know? This was the Son of God. What did Joseph know? He would save his people from their sin. They are highly favored. Why would God allow this inconvenience into my life, where I have to take my pregnant wife to a town? Why don't I get to be exempt from this census? Why couldn't there be just a miraculous room opened up at the inn so I don't have to give birth to my child here in this stable alongside these animals? I thought God was supposed to be paying attention to me. I thought I was supposed to be highly favored. This doesn't look like favor. This looks like a massive inconvenience. And sometimes I think you and I, sister, brother, we are tempted to look at inconvenience as evidence that God is not for us. But what do we see? We see that for Joseph and for Mary, through this apparent inconvenience, that the promises of the Christ child, the Old Testament prophecies, were coming true. That a testimony about God's grace in humble situations was going to be given a richness and a reality that they wouldn't have had if he just said, I, the Lord, delight to dwell in humility. But he came and dwelt in the Christ child. He came and dwelt bodily in the utmost of humility because of this apparent inconvenience. So I just want to encourage / challenge you. Where is the Lord's will feeling like it's inconveniencing you today, right? Where are the inconveniences of life making you question the Lord's will? And will you trust him today that what seems to be a setback, seems to be an inconvenience, might just be his extraordinary demonstration of his love and grace to you and to others? Christmas is often about inconvenience, and none more so than for Joseph and Mary and the baby Jesus. Let us be patient and trusting of our Heavenly Father in Christmas time, despite the inconvenience. Bless you all.